Welcome back to another Tug It Out video, or welcome to your first Tug It Out video. Today's episode we are finally finishing the back bulwarks, ripping them out completely, and then we're going to have a look at what parts of the structural deck we need to replace. So there's some ribs that are rotting towards the top we need to fix up, there are some supports that need to be replaced, and we're also going to be installing power. Solar panels on the roof, work out how to install the box below, and stop worrying about our bilge pumps dying on us and Apanie not lasting. Touch wood. So let's get into today's video. Okay, first thing we have to do this week, well, two first things. Make sure our boat doesn't end up like this one, and take our tinny, which has washed up on the shore. I had it tied to the tree last night because I no longer had access to the marina. And then we have to get it back in the water. Whilst it's out, we'll have an inspection, and yeah, let's get into it. So now all that way we've travelled with Apanie from the marina, we have to travel on the tinny too, because we've got to get it there, and I haven't got a trailer at the moment. You all know why as well. So let's make the journey. So welcome on board. This is the first time we'll be working on her on a mooring, not on a marina. And the first thing I noticed was, I just walked through that door. Why is the door undone? Has it been undone all these days? I don't see any water damage. I've had a lot of rainfall. It must have just opened. Suspicious. Definitely got rough out here, because there's lots of things laying on the floor. That's how it'll be on the mooring. It's going to be rough. That's all right. We're just going to make sure we don't lean stuff on anything. So we're underneath the back deck, and this beam, as you can see, there's a rope on it, and the rope goes out this deck hole. That's what was holding Apanie when the bulwark snapped. And you can see just how thick that wood is compared to my hand. Anyway, I can tell this didn't move because it's so grimy, and the grime line is where that plank is. So that's still sturdy. And again, you can see up here where people have fallen straight through the deck. Oh dear. Relaxing? Are we relaxing? Yes, we are. Enjoying a bit of Apanie too? Yes? What are you doing, stretching? Just for some temporary rain protection. Put them there, and then we'll put our tarp back on top of it. starting to get too messy up here and it's too hard to work. So we're going to take the trailer to the public ramp and do some tip runs. Let's leave the Bulwarks a second and install our new solar system, because we're going to keep the batteries charged. I need lights when it's dark. So we've got our box. We've only got clamps at the moment for the batteries, but I will swap them out for O-rings, if that's what you call them. And we've got 100 watt solar panels, which we'll chuck up on the roof. They're only really temporary, maybe a year or two, but that's okay. Then we've got to run the wiring down to the box and work out how to hook all this heebie-jeebies up. Let's get into it. It's not easy getting up here. The roof is just bare ply in some spots and then fiberglass poorly in others. Will we have to replace the roof? Probably. So this theoretically should be the best spot to put the solar panels, because the roof's flat, so it's going to get sunlight all day long, besides the edges where it's curved. And our exhaust is right here, which means our engine room window is here. We just run the cords down the side of the boat rather than drilling through the roof. So let's unfold these. All right, let's chuck a couple of screws in here. I'm only going to put a couple because I want to see how it performs first. Drill the hole in, then drill it back out, put some filler in it, and then drill the screw back in, because we don't want any leaks into our main cabin. The sealant was given to me by someone following us on Facebook, and he saw that I did a post. He saw where I was, so he came over and said hello, and well, gave us that. I could probably just install. That's another thing. Where do we put the box? I could put it just there. I'm not going to make you watch any of this. It goes on for about 7 minutes of me trying to screw it in on my own. So let's skip it. The boat is rocking like crazy. A big boat must have just gone by. Oh, you guys are even getting knocked around. Oh my God. So I was just reading the manual and I went to connect to the battery port, our hooks, and it popped straight off. Why are things so cheaply made these days? And it fell down the side of the hole, so now I have to go find it. Okay, I've just done a bit of a dodgy, holding it on with a loose clamp I had. I'll get a new cord this afternoon. I just want to get this working. So now that that's hooked in, it says to plug in this one. Is that it? Are we charging? How do I know what's happening? So we're all good. The battery is charging amazingly. It says it's charging at full capacity, which means the sun is giving it what it needs, and the sun's not even fully out. So this is great. We've got power, we can run the lights and stuff without worrying about batteries going flat. Besides, when it hits winter, then we're going to have some issues. But we might be in a new spot by then. Oh, feels good to have power and know that our bilge pumps won't stop running. I accidentally snapped this part off here completely and it's floating away. It's got the metal bar and everything. I think the tinny and I are going to have to do a retrieval. So now that we got the back deck nice and clear, a bit dirty still, but it'll work. Let's have a look at some parts that need to be replaced. So it's mainly along the outside where most of the important stuff is, and that's the part that has gone to crap. So things like our bracing along here, and I'll show you what it looks like on the other side so you get a better view. Here's an okay one running along there, which again we will replace still. And there's another one, and that one on that side, it's completely gone through. We will replace those. I've already got a big slab of timber for that. So if you follow us on Facebook, you would have seen that. I have this big slab of timber that we're going to use to replace all these. That I got a really good deal, and it's nice to have a nice big chunk of it. But what do I use to fasten them? What do I use to hold these chunks together? What is this material they've used? Let me know in the comments what I should use. It needs to be something big and quite strong, and I don't think copper's not that sort of thing. I don't think that would work. What do you guys think? We've also got to replace our Samson posts. Oh, my poor guy. We're going to keep both of the originals because we have a plan for those, so don't worry. But we're going to replace them both fully anyway. You can see the top of our ribs here as well are starting to go a bit bad. That one's a bit wobbly actually. So we'll chop them off at about here and put some new pieces in. Glue them together, rivet them together, put the new copper through on those. That's a big job that we've got coming up. So next week's video is just going to be us doing woodwork. Starting to get into that, cutting up some pieces, riveting, getting a router. We'll get a router so we can route some edges and replacing these structural parts. You saw the cracks already, I think. Maybe I'm going to show them after, I don't know. We saw the cracks. I think they're just the boat moving, but this could have a part of it. So we'll get them replaced and we'll get going. Thanks for watching today's video. Make sure to watch next week's and watch last week's if you haven't. And follow us on Facebook for the regular updates. Tug it out. I'll see you later.